what's up guys, TheJordude here, back again with another Shadowverse deck and gameplay video. We're going to be doing things a little bit differently today. We're going into Unlimited. I haven't touched Unlimited for a while, but wanted to play some Unlimited, take a break from rotation. Also, I kind of ran out of vials, so it's kind of hard to make decks for rotation for deck and gameplay videos. So I'm kind of restricted right now because of the vial issue. So that's why I haven't been posting the past week, but here's a Roach video for Unlimited. If you guys are missing playing Roach in rotation, you could play the control Roach that I posted in my previous video. However, this Roach is a lot more fast, more consistent, and yeah, I've been playing a few games of this deck and it's really fun just roaching down people. In Unlimited, of course, you have access to all the cards in Shadowverse. Some cards are restricted, but this has no restricted cards. Basically, I typed in Roach, and then I typed in Return, and then added those cards into my deck, filled in some extras, and this is what we have. As you can see, we have both copies of Roach in here. We have Whirlwind Rhinoceros and Rhinoceros. Of course, the Whirlwind Rhinoceros is your main win condition, because once you get the conditions met, you could easily get a 20 damage OTK with the Whirlwind Rhinoceros. I am playing the original Roach though, because it is good removal tools. You have so many cheap cards that you could stack up a number of cards on your turn to play this and to trade into like a big target, like a big threat or a big ward. However, there is a lot of aggro in Unlimited, so there's a lot of Bloodcraft. Sometimes there's aggro dragon, so sometimes you have to race your opponent down, and that's when weaving in these Rhinoceroses are kind of good, because you could chip down your opponent with your normal Roach, and once you get your minimum requirement for your Whirlwind Roach, you could just do like the 6 or 7 damage, and you don't have to get the full 20 damage with the Whirlwind Roach, because the normal Rhinoceros gets the chip damage in, and you could close out games quicker that way. So Rhinoceros, really helpful against aggro matchups, and if your opponent's going tall on wards. The rest of the deck, we have all the bounces. You have Nature's Guidance, Airbound Barrage, Fairy Torrent even, just for the cheap bounces for your Whirlwind Rhinoceros. Fairy Refugee is just a good way to stall out your opponent once you get the Fairy's Yawn active. Same goes for Whispering Wood. I'm using Whispering Woods kind of just as like a locking a follower down rather than trying to draw cards. We don't really need draw cards in this deck. You have Liza, plenty enough draw engine for the deck. You have some bounce followers like Dungeon Call Fairy, Guard of the Machina Tree. Pixie Mischief, another great bouncing card. Could also bounce big followers, make your opponent lose tempo while you set up your combo. One copy of Kokolo. I had one extra card space in this deck, as you can see. We have 3 copies of everything except for the one Kokolo. So this is a flex spot. You could go like, I just have her because she's good draw, potentially heal. But I couldn't really find a better card to put in here. You could put like another 1-cost amulet or something, but Kokolo, pretty efficient, gives you some extra draw if you need it. And yeah, so this is the deck. If you guys want to start playing some Unlimited, I definitely recommend giving this deck a try. There is a lot of spell boost rune, there's a lot of aggro bloods, so this deck is barely fast enough to beat those decks at times, because I'm often getting the win on turn 6 with this deck, I find. So yeah, could compete in the top tier of Unlimited in my opinion. So yeah, that's the deck. If you enjoyed the video guys, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Comment down below if you enjoy Unlimited content, or if you're an Unlimited player yourself, and what kind of Unlimited decks would you like to see in the future. So yeah, enjoy the game guys, see you guys next time. Alright, we're against a Blood, so it's probably the self-damaging Blood deck, aggro Blood. I actually think we're in a decent matchup against them. We're going first. I want to keep the Roach, especially going first, they don't have an answer. We could possibly keep the Pixie Mischief. I think I throw it back. Pixie Mischief is actually really good in bouncing back their patches. Was it the Florals? So, could debatably keep it. It's kind of risky right now if I'm keeping the Roach this hand. I'll throw it back. Okay, we got double Whirlwind Roach. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play the first Roach now. They don't have an answer to turn 1, and the chance that we have some way of bounce to turn 2 is kind of decent. If we could find like a 2/2 that bounces the Roach, that'd be ideal. Don't like. Yeah, we'll just pass here. Fairy Refugee, I'd rather get the Fairy's Yawn out against aggro blood. Not having it bounce here kind of sucks because he could just deal with this Roach. Yeah. Losing 1 Roach I'm fine with though. Lisa, that's what we were looking for. Gets us some more gas into our deck. We drew all of our Roaches now, so now the Lisas are going to pull 2 drops, which is kind of fine because I need some more bounces. So the 2-drop bounces would be good. If we draw Rhinoceros, which is also fine because we got a lot of cheap cards in our hand. We could try to win off of just the OG Roach because we have a lot of cheap cards to combo them. And because he's self-damaging, actually a lot of people don't expect the OG Roach to come out. So the OG Roach could just surprise kill them. There's the, speaking of Roach, there is the Roach. I think we want to kill this. But what would, we might just pass this turn, honestly. We could play the Fairy Refugee and start getting fairies in our hand for the Rhinoceros. I think we'll pass. Like, the good thing against aggro blood is that they do so much damage to themselves, we could kill them with the Roach after. Like, they're going to be so low, as long as we don't give them the Floros heal. Even Floros heal, we could get past it. If they evolve Floros, it's kind of annoying because they heal up quite a bit. But this blood is kind of, I would say, relatively slow. They didn't start with the blood flower bed. Blood-fed flower bed. But I think they're getting a Floros out this turn. Evolving the Force Bat, that's pretty good for us. See, like, now he's at 12. We could possibly ignore the floors because I don't think we die next turn. Or we could just block. We could block Fairy Refuge the floors here. So how do we do this? I think we go Whirlwind, Rhinoceros, Plain Rhinoceros, Fairy Torrent, and Fairy Refugee. Unless I want to keep the Fairy Torrent for my Roach combo. I could go Roach. I could go Roach, double Fairy Refugee here. And just, because with these 2 amulets on his board, he's actually really stuck on the board. I guess the Yawn could miss the RNG, but it's whatever. Do we have enough time? Do we have enough time? I think we make it. Ooh. Not gonna lie, I almost got screwed by the fact that my mouse kind of doesn't pick up the cards sometimes. So yeah, we could also use... Okay. He's taking 2 damage. Like, yeah, so the Roach is going. My Rhinoceros is just going to kill him. OG Roach. Wrath. Probably Spellboost Rune. We're going first, so that's good. And we got Roach. We don't think. I don't think I need Whispering Woods. This is decent. Just hold on to these. Turn 1, I don't really want to play the Roach though, because they might have Angelic Snipe. But we drew the second Roach. I think I could play this. We could take the risk here because it just makes our curve a lot nicer if we could just Dungeon Crawl Fairy on 2. Nice. We want to bounce this back because Magic Missile could happen as well now. Next turn, I could just play the Kokoro for a 1 card draw. Alternatively, we could do Sylvan Justice if we play something. Kokoro for 1 card draw. When am I getting 2? It's kind of hard to get two cards from Kokoro right now. Unless we draw 1 more bounce card, then I could justify going turn 4, Roach, bounce Kokoro. But then what would I do on turn 3? Nothing really. So I think turn 3, unless I could Sylvan Justice something, I'm always playing Kokoro. Alright, so yeah, there's a Magic Missile. Oh, okay, that's a better turn 3 play. Roach and a bounce. And developing. Now I think we're pretty far ahead. We're getting in quite a bit of chip damage. So now we don't need all of our Roaches to connect face. Ooh, that's really good too. Now I can draw 2 off my Kokoro. Honestly, I think we won the game already. Lisa to get us our 3rd Rhinoceros Roach. The 3rd Roach might also be fine just to get the... Because we can play these 2 Roaches, gets us to 5 Roaches. And then the 3rd Roach could just go face. He is going to have a good kill code turn though. I want to evolve a Roach here. Or we could just Whirlwind. We could Rhinoceros Barrage. Barrage is really good later though if he has wards. I think I just want to set up a turn 6 Liso though. Play the Roach, evolve it, bounces back. Then we have the 2 Roaches. And then we can also just Whispering Woods here. We're actually just 4 damage off Liso this turn. Pick up an OG Roach. The OG Roach is actually fine. Just like more damage. But we already have 6-7 damage. Which is 13. And so our most damage we can do is Sylvan Justice, Double Roach, and Rhinoceros Roach. So that's 4 damage on this Roach, so it's 4, 6, 7, so that's 17 plus my Evil. I have 19 damage this turn. 19 damage on turn 6. Pretty good. Doesn't matter though, because these first 2 Roaches going to kill him. Even drew more with the Fairy Torrent.